He has been linked with Man City and PSV, and was one of the 10 players nominated for the Kopa Trophy, which Mbappe eventually won. He's only 20 years old, making him one of the best young players in world football. So, who is Ritsu Doan? Hi everyone, I'm Ghost Masala and welcome back to another Who Is / What Happened To video in an ongoing series where I look at players' careers and see what they've done over their careers, and then have a look at where they could go in the future and just stuff like that. And yeah, I always take suggestions for this series too, so if you have a suggestion, make sure to comment that. And yeah, so also a couple of other things. I also was lucky enough to pack Future Stars Bentancur recently. Hopefully I've got that on screen now. Very lucky. He's worth a lot of coins and I've already sold him. So yeah, that's helped out my team quite a lot. I might look at getting an icon soon as well. I've already got an Carter of course, but maybe another one. And also unfortunately, so my last video was about Emiliano Sala, released the day before he disappeared, and I was very shocked to hear that that had happened, and as a result I've taken all tags and self-promotion off of that video, but still, if anyone wants me to take down the video itself for whatever reason, I don't really mind. Just tell me and I'll have a look at doing that. So yeah. Anyway, let's get on with the video. And yeah, so Ritsu Doan had played for Gamba Osaka in the J League since youth level, and in 2015, he made his pro debut for the club. He became their youngest debutant ever at the age of just 16, and unfortunately, however, he could not secure a place in the main team, and in the next coming seasons, he continued to play for the under-23s. And during this time, in 2000, Ritsu Doan played for Japan in the Under-19 Asian Championships, and he scored 1 goal and was tournament MVP, the best player in the whole of the tournament, as Japan won the whole thing. For the first time ever. It was the first time they won that, so it was really good for Ritsu Doan and his teammates, and the talent in this age group is starting to show in general, with both Takahiro Tomiyasu and Yuta Nakayama, who both played in this competition. They are really shining at the moment, so yeah, very strong age group this was. And back at Gamba Osaka, Ritsu Doan started to pick up some game time in the 2017 season. Of course, in Japan they have calendar year seasons instead of starting in the summer and ending in the spring. They have calendar year seasons, and he played 10 games in the first half of the season, scoring 3 goals as he did so, and this might not seem like much, but it was enough to get him a loan move to FC Groningen in the Netherlands, which was very impressive for a player who was proven as Ritsu Doan was. And during that summer, during that transition spell between Gamba Osaka and FC Groningen, Ritsu Doan once again starred for Japan in the Under-20 World Cup this time, and he did even better, scoring 3 goals in 4 games, as unfortunately Japan were knocked out by Venezuela, and of course Doan played very well. Unfortunately the rest of the team did not support him on this one. They really did underperform, but the age group as a whole was still quite good, but they just didn't show their full potential in this competition. And during the 17-18 season, Doan really began to shine as a player at FC Groningen, having his best season of his career. He scored 9 goals that season, which is more than Iron Robin scored for Groningen as a teenager. So it just shows how good Ritsu Doan could become in the future, including some amazing long-range shots, really good quality. And his best skill is his dribbling. He really fights through his way through players. He's not like a drifty sort of player, and things just keep getting better and better for Ritsu Doan. He made his debut for Japan in August of 2018, and he also featured very strongly in the 4-3 win against Uruguay, and he also scored a goal in that victory. And actually earlier today, his penalty put Japan into the semi-finals of the Asian Cup, showing his influence keeps on growing. However, unfortunately this season he's been struggling at Groningen a little bit. However, his recent form has gone up a bit, but the whole of FC Groningen as a club has been struggling. They've been near the relegation zone, so I'm sure once they start to get out of that sort of pit a little bit, he will start getting better and better. So where could Ritsu Doan go in the future? Well, he's been linked to a few clubs. The biggest one has been Man City. And this was strengthened because Man City recently bought another Japanese player and loaned him out to FC Groningen, which showed that they could be thinking about buying Ritsu Doan in the future and sort of using Groningen as one of their affiliate clubs in Japan. I don't really get how it works, but you can tell it's some sort of weird trade deal. But he's definitely good enough to get into the Man City team eventually, definitely as a sub, if not playing for the proper team. He's also been linked to Atletico Madrid, however they're quite a defensive team. I'm not sure how well he'd do there. In terms of smaller clubs, he's been linked to Newcastle United, however I unfortunately don't think they would have the funds to buy Ritsu Doan, which is a bit of a shame. I think he'd do quite well for Newcastle, and he'd be able to get a work permit too, so if only they had the money, Newcastle would be able to buy him. He's also been linked to another club in the Netherlands, PSV Eindhoven, and which could be good for him. They are very well known for developing good young players. And also CSKA Moscow put in an 8 million bid for him recently, which was rejected by Groningen, so it just shows how much they're asking for him. And will he live up to that price tag? I reckon he could go for upwards of 20 million when he finally does leave. I'm sure he will leave eventually. But yeah, I guess thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Yeah, make sure to leave suggestions and all that sort of stuff. Hopefully Champions League predictions will be coming soon. I know I keep saying that, but it's so far away. I might do actually 2 matches because of how well that video did. I might predict 2 different matches, and also I just kind of want to do some Champions League predictions, to be honest. I'm running out of ideas a little bit, so as soon as that series can get started and get going, it will be great. I'll be off. But yeah, Road to Kaido I'm sure will be coming back. Takashi Inui recently moved, so I'm sure I'll do a one to watch video on him. I mean, I'd be very surprised if he doesn't get a one to watch because he's quite high rated. But yeah, apart from that, I don't think there's anything else to say. So I guess thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.